Hello, you beautiful people. My name is David Vieira. I'm joined by Abe and Charlie Medeiros. Welcome to the Redox Cinema Podcast. And for our viewers and listeners, I hope you're doing well. And before we get into the episode, Charlie and Abe, how you guys doing tonight?
Chilling, ready to watch episode six. I'm losing track. 6. The Last of Us. I'm ready. Excited.
Nice. Abe, how you feeling?
I'm good, bro. I don't have work tomorrow, so this is a vibe.
I don't either. So I think we're all off, right?
Yeah.
God bless.
I have a lot of editing to do, but yeah.
Shout out to George Washington.
Shout out Charlie for the editing. All right.
We try.
Let's just get right into it. Charlie, hit play.
All right. Let's recap what happened last time. What do we see?
Clickers.
Lots
Bloaters.
of clickers.
And then obviously the Sam and Henry
Yeah.
story arc, which is one, very impactful, but also very sad and devastating.
Heavy, man.
Yes.
Super heavy.
And again, they did a great job introducing two characters and then losing them at the end, like they did with Bill and Frank. I feel like it was like that as well with the video game, and they're doing it well with the show as well.
Yeah, and we saw in the last episode, Ellie and Joel's relationship now is seemingly going to change because we saw like Ellie's kind of going through some grief now, losing Sam. So I think Joel is more aware of that. So we'll see how he is with her in that sense of the relationship.
Yeah, like Charlie brought it up. Now it's Joel's job to cheer her up, and maybe, like you said, we'll see the change. Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe he'll break out the pun book himself.
But here we go, y'all.
Here we are.
I always get nervous when the episode starts. I don't know why. It's just because I love the story so much. Oh wow.
No, they're going to show it again.
Again, bro.
Oh, yeah. So it skips to
Just
winter.
skips to winter. Yep.
Like in the game.
Just like in the game, yep.
3 months later.
It just says winter in the game. They just 3 months here.
So, not remembering what region they're in. Are they still
They're
in
probably
Boston?
no. They're definitely Wyoming.
Okay,
now,
a lot
right?
farther.
Yeah.
I was going to
They're
say
like a
this does
lot
not look
farther.
like New England-ish. Maybe some parts, but I don't know.
No, because they were in Kansas City, the last one.
So they're definitely more Midwest. Right?
Yeah.
Like deeper or more West Coast. I don't know.
Rabbits?
Someone put a map on the screen. I'm not good with the geography, I'll be real.
So is Joel robbing people now? What's going on?
Good question.
The gun's all the way over there.
Oh, come on, there's like 1,000.
Who's this? Never mind.
All the street signs in the enormous fucking forest.
Holy.
Classic Ellie.
Haven't heard the name Tommy.
What about the fireflies?
We get those in the summer.
They got no idea.
They're literally living in their own world.
Yeah.
It's cool to see how they were able to isolate themselves.
Oh, I'd be surprised if they introduced the cults already.
To the river, he's gone.
Because I don't think we get them until the second game.
Yeah, they really get. Well,
They like hint at it, but we don't really
We
see
get
it.
a group, but
Yeah.
in part 2, you get multiple groups.
So I wonder if these people ever even saw infected at one point.
No, they
No,
have.
they know
She-
because
they just
Ellie alluded to it. She said infected, crawling with infected.
Okay.
Oh.
He's having a panic attack.
Okay. Fine.
It's the river of death.
She still has some plucky optimism, which I wasn't
It's
expecting
definitely
to see
3
right
because
away.
it's 3 months later.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they didn't-
I don't know. I felt like we would have probably seen her be a little bit more down at this point, but seems almost exactly the same. But I mean, still more to see.
Got to teach her how to use the bow and arrow, bro. Classic.
yeah, that is classic Ellie.
Duct tape, man, the tool of survivors.
So gross.
That's so funny too, because like I feel like parents would be like, "No, my kids can't try alcohol mad young. Promise you, you're gonna give your kids a sip of alcohol, and they're gonna be like, that's disgusting, bro. Not drinking that."
But it keeps your body warm.
Yeah,
So
it makes you-
sense as to why he would be drinking it.
It'll work, right? The vaccine? I tried with Sam. I knew he was infected. I wanted to save him.
There you go, Abe. She still thinks about it.
It's a lot more complicated than that. Says they can do it, they can do it.
I wonder if he really believes that.
I mean, in the I think first episode, he said there's doctors alive working on this stuff. I think he like questioned Marlene.
Mm.
Man still doesn't get any sleep either.
Oh, that might be part of. Oh, he's sleeping. There you go.
Badass.
She got you some sleep, man. Stop complaining.
Facts.
Oh boy. They're hunting for
I was
sure.
gonna say, found a rabbit or a deer.
The River of Death. Still no people.
River of Death looks real pretty, man. I can't lie.
It's Canada.
Yeah, man. I don't trust that bridge. Something about it.
There's got to be a trap or something.
Tripwire,
Yeah.
something. It's coming.
Or maybe not.
I think they'll make it past the bridge, but at the other side, there's definitely something.
No, never mind. I'm over here like the show's faking us out. Suspenseful music.
I can't do it either. Not that way, at least.
I can't either.
Don't ask me. I don't have a clue.
You know, you could have just made something up. I would have believed you.
Liar. You literally called him out in the other episode.
Yeah.
What if this is the River of Death?
Looks like that famous lake from Canada, like Moraine or something. I forget what it is. It's like really crystal clear blue water.
Water looks beautiful.
Like, I might be wrong, but
Oh, good.
there we go.
Good stuff.
Relax, bro. Does it look like they're infected or some shit? Chill.
I mean,
I mean, you never know, yeah, but still, like, chill.
Now her.
Oh. Oh.
they faked this.
Yo, this show is cruel, bro.
Good boy.
Poor girl.
Definitely taking him to Tommy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, if I remember correctly,
Yeah,
didn't
no.
Tommy join up
Mhm.
with these? With
Oh,
this
yeah.
group?
No, so he does find them.
Yeah.
Tommy, Joel and Ellie find Tommy.
Go ahead, bro. Spoil the show.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot, my fault. My fault. You can cut that.
You played the game.
Yeah. He doesn't
I know
remember the
nothing about
game.
this,
That's
man.
the thing. But this is a lot different.
Bro.
Yeah, this looks like season 2.
Yeah.
This looks
yeah.
like the.
Yeah, it's the
second game.
yeah, it looks like
It
the
literally does.
yeah.
This
That's crazy.
location looks like the
Whoa, bro!
game.
The
literally
whole
yeah,
setup
it looks like
just
the,
like the second game.
because in the first game they're in like a secluded area
Yeah, it's
in a
just kind of an
closed
encampment.
yeah, it's closed. It's not like this. It's not a village like that.
How long has it been?
Bro,
Really long time.
It's been a
since they've
long
seen each
time.
other.
Yeah.
Since Sarah, right? Or no?
Damn. Bro, this you know where
Yeah.
they dance?
Yo,
yeah.
this is crazy.
yeah.
I wonder if she's gonna meet.
Been a while since we've
know,
had a proper
boy.
meal.
Yeah. I wonder too.
What's wrong with you?
What about her manners?
She was just curious.
Dina?
It's 100% Dina.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm so interested now in this because this is so
Yeah.
different.
A bad reputation doesn't mean you're bad.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Joel said in the last episode he's been on both sides of the coin, bad and good.
Would it be nice to have a moment here, maybe just for family?
Oh shit.
Congrats.
Oh, he really means it.
I'm blown away that they brought Jackson into season
Into
one.
Season 1, yeah, this is so interesting. It was called Jackson?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's called
Wow.
Jackson. Yeah.
Worship, multi-faith.
Shout out Multi Faith, man.
Power from a dam.
They got electricians, dog.
Yeah.
Fire. Hey, yo, you got your sheep.
Joel?
Joel? Might have to stay, dog.
Yeah.
So, communism.
Socialism.
This is the commune. The communists.
The Texan in him is like hurting.
I can't believe you did this to us.
Oh my God. This is what they did in the Philippines when I asked for ice.
Just
Really?
dead ass. Freaking just-
Wow.
They brought a bucket of thick ice, bro.
Christmas
Fine.
trees and bacon.
Bacon in the
Yo,
apocalypse.
bacon hits different. Imagine.
Bro, he's living in
That's
paradise
what I'm saying.
compared to what he just went through.
Straight up.
Mhm.
All right.
Through all he went through, actually.
If you knew the shit that I've been through, Tommy, trying to find you these last few months.
I'm gonna be a father.
There you go.
I was waiting for that.
I feel like I'd be a good dad.
Bringing a child into this world is just not.
Yeah, but every zombie
Ideal.
apocalypse show has it. Every zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse show has it.
But I mean, it's
in this
bound
community,
to happen.
and in this community,
Like,
it's probably the best.
There's
It's bound
no.
to happen.
Yeah.
The level of stress that they're both probably feeling is tough.
Just because life stopped for you doesn't mean it has to stop for me.
What was it, like decades not seeing each other, and then just
No, it wasn't decades.
No.
No, it wasn't decades.
Wasn't
No,
decades?
because before they left, well, actually, I'm not sure. Because all I know is that before they left, they said he hadn't heard from Tommy in like 2 weeks from the radio. So maybe it was years. It probably was years. I don't know about decades.
Oh,
I just got
that's
it, the hair looks like Sarah.
yeah.
Yeah.
What a freaking scene!
Yeah, it's crazy because
Wow.
Joel can't fathom the fact that Tommy now has a life that doesn't include him
Mm-hmm.
because he's all he's got left.
Mm-hmm. Going back to what the mission was and what his purpose was now with Ellie, right?
I think he's lost.
Yeah. Or you think he's lost?
I think he's more like, what the hell do I even do? Because
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think his main drive was to get to Tommy,
Mm-hmm.
and this was almost like a side thing
And then
for him.
figure it out after getting
Yeah.
Tommy. 'Cause
And now it's like, what the hell is there? Once I drop off Ellie, what the hell am I gonna do? Oh wow.
Oh.
wow.
What is it? It's a Diva Cup. It's for a period.
I love that they're showing that. Like
Yeah.
it adds more.
Well, she, I mean, it's
Realism,
crazy because
yeah.
she probably never was taught.
Mhm.
Like, oh damn.
Classic Ellie sweatshirt too.
Mm-hmm.
Zip up.
It's super fucking purple. Yeah, shoes aren't too big? No.
Assistant District Attorney.
Oh wow.
Dang.
88.
Sarah was Joel's daughter.
So she had no
No,
clue,
she has
right?
no idea.
Yeah.
She's finding out for the first time.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
No, it's okay.
Things are starting to click for her.
Oh, maybe I'm smarter than Tommy. No offense.
She's turning into Joel. Literally turning into Joel.
Like if Joel's hearing this conversation, it's like,
Yeah, like
I'm proud.
The only people who can betray us are the ones we trust.
That's deep.
You understand?
Where are we going?
The movies.
what?
Let's go.
Yeah, I want to live here.
Shout out
Bravo.
cinema.
Yeah, I'm a friend.
What are they showing?
For a second, I thought it was Matilda, but I have no idea.
It's got to be something that came out before 2003. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Trying to fix his boot.
She's immune.
Wow.
And today I thought that dog was gonna tear her apart because it smelled something on her.
He's given the entire scoop.
It was your chance to bring your kid into a better world. You're younger than me. You're still strong. You said it yourself. You'll come back.
So did he just ask for him to take care of Ellie?
To take Ellie to Colorado,
Oh,
yeah.
take her to Colorado.
which he does in the game. He does ask Tommy to do it.
Mhm.
He feels like he's gonna mess it up. I
Mhm.
think it's the
Right.
burden from
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sarah's death is still weighing on him.
Makes sense.
Sarah, Taz,
Yeah,
everything.
everything.
He's gone through. Even Sam and Henry has impacted him a lot. So, wow, what a scene! That was incredible. Just to see the vulnerable side of Joe that we don't really see in the game as much, and really hone in on that side it adds more to Joel and what he's fighting and battling with.
I'm not her, you know.
Idea what loss is.
Everybody I have cared for has either died or left me. Everybody fucking except for you! So don't tell me that I'd be safe with somebody else, because the truth is, I would just be more scared.
That's a line right out of the game, right?
Yeah,
Right out of the game.
right out of the game.
You're right.
This whole conversation is right out of the game.
You're not my daughter.
That's a flashback. I was remembering. It's awful, dude, because, like, you see all this, like, good stuff in this, like, community, and all he can think about is, like, the grief.
Yeah. So glad this episode's not over. Oh, my God.
Thought it was going to end there.
Yeah, no, I didn't, but it's just a good episode.
They gotta end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I know.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
Stables.
She got to have a teenage girl's room for one night.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. She
Kind of
gotta
hated it, though.
move
You can
on.
tell.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm not messing with this.
You deserve a choice. Still think you'd be better off with Tommy.
Let's go.
Took no time at all to think about that.
Bro, she plays Ellie so well.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's interesting because to me, it feels like a different Ellie than the game, but I really do love her portrayal of Ellie.
It's gotta be target practice.
Yeah.
You gonna shoot this thing or get it pregnant? Doesn't aim right.
Got him.
You dick.
That's a great shot.
That's beautiful.
Classic.
Oh.
So the way they run stuff in Jack.
This song, classic.
Yeah, it is.
This was one of my favorites that played.
Mm-hmm.
It's already more talkative with her and like
Yeah.
telling her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So funny because the way they left that conversation was like almost like they hated each other, and then you can see it just brought them closer.
Mm-hmm. Because Sarah used to put Joel in his place, and Ellie did exactly that.
Yeah. She's been doing that.
Yeah, she's been doing it.
I don't know what Tommy was so afraid of.
Still time to find out.
Famous last words, man.
Facts.
I think it was just as much about partying and finding themselves as anything else.
Something's about it.
What they wanted to do
Yeah.
with their lives.
Any minute now.
What a concept. To like learn about when.
Yeah, everything seems so foreign
Yeah.
when you've never experienced
Uh-huh.
it or never even heard about it.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a singer.
Can't wait to hear him sing. He's got to sing.
Are those monkeys?
Must be from the old.
Imagine infected animals.
Oh,
Yo.
man.
Yo.
Please no.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an infected.
Yeah, I was gonna say
There's no way the fireflies are still there.
Could
and
be
it
a
all looks
cult
like
that raided them.
maybe.
Could be.
Oh boy. Horse is still there. Kind of sketchy though.
Joe!
Oh. Oh. Put him to sleep.
Ooh. Or just crack his neck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. Shit. Don't take it out.
Leave it in, brother.
Oh my god, bro. You're supposed to leave it.
He needs a tourniquet.
Save your ammo. Damn. Oh man, that's not good.
Joe?
I don't remember. Does this happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he. Yeah.
Falls right off the horse. That
Mhm.
happens
Yeah.
in the game too.
Yeah. So he actually falls on like in the hospital, he falls on something, makes it deeper. He has a deeper cut.
Oh, wow.
This one was a lot more simpler where he just got stabbed.
I don't know where the fuck I'm going. What the fuck I'm gonna do? Joe.
Girl, put some pressure on it.
She doesn't know what she's doing. She's a kid.
Oh, I'm taking right around best friend acoustic version.
You're gonna end it here, huh?
Yeah. Play this in the first episode. The song. Dang, it's a good song to play
Yeah.
right at the end.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Facts.
Very nice. Another great episode.
Yeah,
Another good
that
one.
was another good one.
That was a
Wow.
good one.
Another great episode. I think we saw a side of Joel in comparison to the game that we weren't seeing a lot when we were playing the game, and I think that's why a lot of people who've played the game, I think, are enjoying the show as well, because one side specifically that we saw was his vulnerability side, where we saw him dealing with not only Sarah's death, but Tess's death and the journey that he's gone through with Ellie and all how that has really impacted him mentally. Charlie specifically, with Joel's vulnerability aspect, you know, how is that going for you in seeing that play out in his relationship with Ellie as well and the development going forward?
I mean, I think it's important to his character because he seems like such a tough, well put together kind of guy, you know, real Texan, redneck, whatever, you know, you want to call it. And to see him kind of break down and have his moments and see the emotional side of him is very important as well. So I feel like that is only going to make him understand Ellie more. And she's obviously going to learn from him from his rough side as well. I think they're both going to teach each other different elements.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's great that we see that.
Yeah, I thought that scene that he has with Tommy, where he obviously there was the reunion. Tommy's here. Gabriel Luna finally shows up, who plays Tommy. But that scene specifically where he opens up to Tommy was, I think, very, very big for Joel and his development so far. Abe, did you feel as if that scene was huge in what the journey has been so far?
Yeah, I think it kind of encapsulated everything that Joel's been going through, right? The reason why he's breaking down in front of Tommy is, or the way I interpreted it anyway, is like, he's like, I'm going to mess this up because I've messed up. I couldn't save my kid. I couldn't save Tess. I left you out here like
Sam and Henry. Yeah.
All I do is like, everybody I get close to dies. So you have to take this because I can't take it anymore.
It's so interesting that you say that because Ellie is the same thing. Ellie, every person that Ellie has been with, she's like she said, everyone close to me has either like left me or gone. Right. But
Joel's role is the caretaker. Always. So his is more pressure because he's like, I can't do what you're asking me to do, and it's too much for me to handle right now. And while Ellie's is like, she's always been the outcast, and she's always been used to being left to the side. She doesn't want that anymore, and she's found something like that in Joel. But this is the conflict, right? And then we see that climax between Ellie and Joel's conversation, and I thought that was perfectly done because it was this battle of like, you can tell both of them care about each other, but Joel has this hesitancy because of all his grief and all his pain, and Ellie's just like wants someone so badly to care for her enough that they don't leave. And you know, I'm glad that we were able to see that resolution. I thought it was perfect that the way they resolved it was not through like a conversation, because they just kind of ended
they
that
slept
conflict.
it off.
Yeah, they just slept it off, and then the next day he was like, giving you a choice, and she's like, yep, I'm going with you. Cool. No worries. Yeah. Because it's very perfectly Ellie, and it's very perfectly what Joel would want, right? He doesn't want the feely whatever conversation. He just wants to, he's not that kind of guy. So I think they segued that perfectly to fit the characters. And then I loved the journey that they were on together, because you can see the shift already when they were going to Colorado. Like, you can see the shift in the way that they talk to each other, the conversations that they're having, that Joel is very much letting Ellie know, like, now, like, I care about you, and I got your back.
Yeah, could you guys say that this episode specifically was a big moment for their relationship? It definitely, Ellie calling him out specifically when he found out about Sarah, really, I think, really hit him. Yeah. And him, I think, going back and sleeping it off and having that, that dream of Sarah, he thought of Ellie, and I think when he woke up that morning, I think he just thought, he looked at Ellie as if it was Sarah. Maybe not. Yeah. But I think he's starting to look at Ellie as another daughter. Yeah. And that's the purpose of this relationship, is to develop that father-daughter relationship. But I want to go to Bella Ramsey so far. And I know you brought up that she had a great performance, and it's not like game to game to show exactly what Ellie is. It's a definite. There's definitely like a different portrayal to it, but Bella Ramsey is killing it.
Oh yeah,
and wow, what an episode between both of them. Pedro Pascal is again like, yo, when I'm going back to that scene with Tommy, but when he had that scene with Tommy, I was like, give this man the Emmy.
Yeah,
it
bro.
was
Good.
It was really good. And we got Jackson early. And
That
for
threw me
people
for
who
a
don't
loop.
know, Jackson is a town that we find out in season 2. We learn about Jackson, but we learn about Jackson in season 1. And I think they're taking a little different approach to it. And are you guys liking that they introduced Jackson first?
Yeah, I think so because, well, I mean, we know how the game goes, but I think this is a more natural introduction to Jackson than just from going from part 1 to part 2. So I'm intrigued that they brought it in so early, and my early reaction is that I'm happy about it. We'll see how things go, but yeah, I don't think it's something that they needed to like hide away for the entire season. But I just didn't even know that it would even come to play this early. But I'm kind of glad that it did, because we got some special moments with Ellie's character where she's, learning about menstrual products. She's getting her hair cut. She's reading somebody's diary. She went to the movies. Like all this in a day. She got to kind of be a kid for a little bit. And then it gave you the juxtaposition of like their entire journey versus what it's like to live in this commune, in this community, and to see that there is a life out there. You can craft a life for yourself outside of just dealing with infected and crazy people all the time.
And you saw that when she was in that community of Jackson, she was very uncomfortable. She was not really feeling it because it's all new for her. She never got to live a life like that. And you can tell, even Joel as well was like, this is weird. I've never seen something like this. I didn't know people can live in community with one another and everyone is, has a say in what they do. So for Joel, it was also different for him. But Tommy, we see a development in him where he tells Joel, like, I'm just not the same person as I was before. And we see, I'm lost my train of thought.
It's okay. Yeah, you see the change. Like he's now married.
Yeah,
he's gonna have a kid. So the things that Joel had fears of before, of being a father, losing his kid, all that has got to be running in Tommy's mind because he was there when Sarah died. So I think you can see he's starting to mature, right? Because Tommy was always kind of the impression that we get of his characters is kind of a run and gun. He went out and joined the Fireflies, and he's kind of the rebel of this. And now you see Joel is watching Tommy grow up, and he doesn't know how to react to that because I think I mentioned during when we were watching is like that's all that Joel has is Tommy. So now he's like, wow, you have an entire life outside of me. I can't even fathom that. I can't even picture myself as part of this. So it's definitely difficult for Joel, but you can see that Tommy is putting his foot down and saying like, this is what I want. Like I'm happy, and I want you to be happy for me.
But there was also a moment where Tommy had agreed to take on this journey with Ellie, and it was going to happen until Ellie was like, "No, I don't want to do this," and
until Joel gave her the option.
Yeah, Joel gave her the option, but she was just like, "Let's go." But what we saw as well is that there was moments where Ellie was Joel. Where when Ellie would talk, it would remind you of Joel. Charlie, did you pick up on moments like that with Ellie? Basically, we were like, I said there was more. I was like, that's literally Joel.
Yeah, we definitely got moments like that. I forget specific examples, but we definitely got it.
It was when Maria was cutting her hair.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah. I think he's gonna rub off on her a lot. It's gonna basically develop the personality that comes in the next years or so. Of Ellie.
They're gonna learn a lot from each other, and I want to get into a standout and what specifically you enjoyed the most about this episode, and rate it as well. So Abe, what was one thing you enjoyed and one thing you may have not enjoyed, and also give me a rating for this episode?
I really liked this episode. I don't think there's anything that I can pick out that I disliked about it. So for me, the standout was the development between Ellie and Joel, and I wanted to see how that would play out. Maybe actually, if I am nitpicking, I would have liked to see a bit more of like a harder exterior from Ellie at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Because the last thing that we saw was Sam and Henry, Sam dying, and then her just being like, okay, let's go, let's move on. And I figured like in the beginning of the episode, she was a little bit, she was kind of same old Ellie a little bit, which is not a problem. Like I love seeing Ellie like that. So that's just the one thing maybe I would nitpick.
That's a good point.
I think that is a good point to bring it up, but Ellie has been, if you know Ellie's past, she's like that consistently, right? Even when the people that she loses, she still is Ellie. I think she has trouble dealing with that side, dealing with the vulnerability and opening up. So I think it was just a choice of writing and direction to show that, where Ellie probably doesn't want to talk about it. Because remember when Joel brought up her friend, he was like, so what happened to Riley? He's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
And I think what she does, she just suppresses it and she just puts it off to the side.
Right.
So I think when that moment happened, she might have been distraught and, confused and all this stuff and battling through it. And I think she just flipped the switch and was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it all in.
Yeah, which is fair. I think that maybe speaks a little bit to this Ellie, right? Like the show's Ellie versus the game's Ellie. Because I do think Bella Ramsey's Ellie is a little bit different in that way, and we kind of see that through exactly what you mentioned, like Joel asking her about her friend, and she kind of flips the switch and says, I don't want to talk about it, and then is now like kind of trying to keep Sam and Henry out of her head. But I did really enjoy the way that their relationship developed, and I really enjoyed Joel coming to a crossroads because we knew it was going to happen at some point, right? Like his entire purpose for this journey when we were talking about is like, he's here to find Tommy. Like, of course he went out west to, he's helping Ellie, and it's Tess's dying wish that he helps the kid and helps bring her to somewhere that could potentially make a vaccine with her immunity. But the kicker for him was, I'm going to find my brother.
Yeah.
And now that he sees my brother's safe, he's got a wife, he's got a kid on the way. He's settling.
Yeah.
All this stuff, like, I now, like, what is my purpose? And now you see, like, Joel, without saying it, Ellie is now his purpose. And I'm very glad that we got this in this episode. And I feel like some people might be like, damn, there wasn't enough action in this. But I think this was the episode to establish that relationship and the change in dynamic.
And then go into the action for the next episode. I think that's the plan.
Yeah. So with that, I'll rate I'll rate this episode probably a pretty good one, man. I'll give it a 9.2.
Nice. That's a good rating.
Yeah.
That's a good rating. Charlie, what about you? Positive, negatives, any standouts for you that you want to bring up and talk about?
Yeah, I couldn't really think of a negative until Abe mentioned the, how Ellie behaves off the beginning of the episode, and I feel like that does make sense. Like it's a valid point to bring up. And what you said makes sense too, but I feel like for the audience, maybe they should have shown something that makes her transition back to her normal self.
Like a continuity thing.
Yeah.
Like that was the one
reasoning
thing.
why she just brushes that off and moves along with her life. I loved everything about the episode. I loved the little Easter egg of seeing Dina. Most likely,
it looked like it was Dina.
It's definitely Dina. I like that. I like how they teased that for people who have not seen it yet. You'll find out.
Find out who Dina is.
Find out. And I do like the introduction of Jackson right off the bat. I did like that. Yeah, there's no reason really to hold it back. You can show that both of them probably feel like they don't belong there. And it's kind of strange because they used to live, in communities like that.
The QZ.
But now they've gotten used to being on their own and have now shied away from that type of lifestyle. So that's really interesting.
And the QZ is super different.
Yeah, it's not really. It's a dictatorship. And the
well,
QZ,
I'm not saying the QZ. I'm talking about like before the virus spread.
Ellie's right.
Oh yeah,
they're used
she's
to
not even born yet.
Right. But Joel, Joel, he is used to going out, going to shops, whatever. Jackson has all that stuff. Has people, neighbors, shops, blah blah blah. So even though it's really tiny, he's probably not used to that lifestyle anymore and kind of drifting away from it, especially through the trauma and stuff he's gone through. So I liked seeing that. I loved Ellie's humor throughout the whole thing. And I'm curious to see what is happening next, how Ellie manages to help Joel through the injury that he currently has. They kind of left us at a what if sort of situation. Like, we don't know what's coming next. So I would say all in all, I would give it a 9.
Nice.
Yeah. It's not like a action-packed episode. It's not going to be.
Doesn't have a little bit of everything like the episode had, where
we weren't jumping out of our seats screaming because clickers and bloaters were everywhere. But it's definitely like a good one to establish a relationship and show the emotional side of the story.
It's good that you bring that up, because I think this episode, from beginning, middle, end, is about finding Ellie and Joel's purpose, right, and understanding why they are alive in that moment, and to as he moves my hand, why they are alive, and understand that there is something bigger for them in the world. And I think that was a great moment to put him into Jackson and see how uncomfortable they were in this new environment. And there, from that environment, they were able to find the light, and the light was to get Ellie to the Firefly and develop a vaccine, right? That's, both of them realized that, and they both realized that they had to do it together. They, Ellie needed Joel and Joel needs Ellie. That's what this was all about,
right?
Is understanding that they need each other on this journey, in this journey as well. And I loved the conversations and the dialogues where Joel would just talk to Ellie about how it was in the past, talking about being a contractor, talking about American football. It just adds more to the character and to who they are as people. And again, the humor as well, you bringing it up, was good. I get what you're saying about Ellie not, they're not addressing her still being very distraught from that situation and just jumping right back to her humor self. I think what I mentioned in the past, I think that was just a writing decision, and maybe it worked, maybe it didn't, but I can definitely see, I would want them to bring it up just a little bit. I don't think they needed to hone in on it. Just bring it up for a couple seconds and talk about it.
Because I don't really think we got to see much of her grief with Sam and Henry, and that was the one thing that I was hoping that they would address a little bit. And I think that was the one thing that maybe was lacking, but otherwise,
Plus more backstory on Ellie. Like, we don't really have, we haven't seen.
We're gonna get there. I know we're getting there. We're gonna get there.
I think we're gonna get it. But
I think this episode specifically was definitely focused on Joel's emotions and what he's dealing with, vulnerable side, mentally as well. And I think next episode, because of where it leaves off, we're gonna switch to Ellie, and the focus is gonna be on Ellie and her past and everything as well. I think that's the way they're going, because of what's going on with Joel, and we don't know if Joel's alive or dead yet. So I think that's going to be, understanding that now she's fighting for someone's life right now. And like she said at the beginning of this episode, in the middle of this episode, she said, everyone I loved, cared for, has died or left me. And we're going to see if Joel is going to die, leave her, for the next episode. So I think it's a great setup to Ellie and her backstory for the next episode. And with that being said, I'd give this episode a 9.5. I really liked it. I'm giving a 0.5 reduction with what you brought up, which I do agree. But I don't think I think they can address that in the coming episodes.
I can see that.
Yeah, so that's why. But with that being said, y'all, we appreciate you guys listening to this discussion. It was a great episode, and hope you guys liked it, enjoyed it. Like this video, subscribe, follow us if you're listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We love you guys. See you for the next episode.
Peace.